Hello there. This is Jack Toledano speaking for all and not according to Jack. How the heck are you? And as my son would say, this is the second take of the video. Yeah, so we had a little bit of an audio blunder, so we decided to re-record. But basically, we are doing part two of the 90-minute best of cassette for Jethro Tull. This is going to now be short songs, and my guest once again is my resident Jethro Tull expert and video creator, amazing video content creator, Steve Buckley. How you doing, Steve?
Doing quite well, Jack. Thanks again for the invite. It's always fun doing these shows.
Okay, well, it's always a pleasure to have you. So we are talking Jethro Tull, short songs. And, we just want to do this for about 20-25 minutes, kind of like we
Mhm.
did the other one. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Steve, and Steve is going to tell us what his 90-minute cassette consists of his best of Jethro Tull. So what do you got,
Well,
Steve?
well, again, just like the epics, I mean, it's I'm sorry I have to say this, but nothing is easy.
Nothing
Trying to
is
fit
easy.
trying to fit
Hint, hint.
all that wonderful music onto 90 minutes.
Right,
Unfortunately, some things that are really good had to go. Just
right.
had to go.
Yeah,
And the priority with me is always going to be the 70s, early 80s stuff. It just
right.
has to play.
Same here. Yep.
Um, so, with no further ado, my first two songs, which are basically segged together, I was influenced by the 1989 Rock Island tour, in
Mhm.
which Tull opened up with Strange Avenues, which
Nice.
I guess the strange part is from the Rock Island album, but it's the last song on the album. But you opened the concert with it. It's really a good song. And then that goes into Steel Monkey. So that so yep, yep. So
Great, great tune.
that was my opening for this cassette. After that, of course, the song "Nothing Is Easy,"
Okay,
"Cross-Eyed Mary" from Aqualung,
great.
and then from Benefit to "Cry You a Song."
Awesome.
Great, great Martin Barr song.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I had some for this particular 45-minute side. I had a couple minutes left over, so at that point, I decided to calm things down and insert 2 minutes of "Wondering Aloud."
Very nice.
Um, then what I would like to call the "Thick as a Brick" Sirius XM edit, because every time they play something from "Thick as a Brick," they play edit one and two. They play
Right.
the acoustical part and then the harder part that kicks in. See there, a son is born.
Yep.
Um, so that would be my next track, followed by "Black Satin Dancer" from Minstrel and
Nice.
Gallery.
I love Black Satin Dancer. Great tune.
Um, then to skip way ahead into 1980, "Black Sunday" from the A album.
Very nice.
And then from "Broadsword and the Beast," we have a song, "The Clasp."
Very nice.
That
Awesome.
that would it. That ends the 40-minute side one of the 90-minute cassette. Starting on side two, "Minstrel and Gallery," the entire full title track
Very
from the
nice.
album.
Yep.
Um, Optional with or without that intro, the "My Lord and Ladies" thing, but you know,
As
if
long as you
certain,
have the Martin Bear guitar
yeah,
solo in the
that
beginning.
that that middle bridge is amazing. I
Right.
can't certain things, and it's not just Tull, but there are certain things that are so special you never get tired of them,
Right.
and that's one of them. It's just a fantastic song. Followed after that, "My God" from Aqualung.
Awesome.
Then we have "Hunting Girl," another Martin Barr special from
Yep.
Songs from the Wood. and
Awesome.
then a song that you used on your other tape, on your epic tape. I decided to put it in here, Heavy Horses.
Very
But
nice.
make it a little less than an epic. This is the 6 minute version that cuts out the middle verse.
Okay,
So
so it's more of a
it gets to the jam, the faster part
right.
sooner.
So it's more of a radio edit, I guess,
Yes,
right?
yes, it
Yep.
is. Yes.
Okay. Very
Um,
nice.
After that, Something's on the Move from Stormwatch. Um,
Excellent.
then Farm on the Freeway from Crest of a Knave.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Great
And
tune.
then um, Locomotive Breath did not make it on either one of these tapes. It's one of those songs. We all know how much it's overplayed, and I
Right.
could certainly find a version that would probably be um, better as opposed to the studio track. But so then I'm faced with the song Aqualung, and I didn't want to use that either. I didn't want to use the studio track, but one of my favorite Aqualung tracks is the 1975 version of Aqualung from the BBC, the Monte Carlo tapes.
Interesting. So what
It's it
about that did you like?
it's just it's modernized from the 1971 Aqualung track. You can tell there was a natural gruffness that worked its way into his voice as time went on. But back in
Right.
71, he was extremely youthful. So he's trying to almost sound congested or, what have you. But this version is it's pure Tull, mid 70s, and it's not absolutely live. It was basically done in studio, and it's part of that Monte Carlo set that includes. It has Minstrel, and I think it might have Requiem, and it might have Cold Wind of Valhalla. So they're basically promoting the new album, Minstrel
Right.
in the Gallery. But I guess they decided that they were going to throw in something that was, from the past, and they chose Aqualung. I just think it's an awesome, awesome version
Right.
of that song. It brings it up to date for the time period, so to speak.
Awesome.
So yeah, so that's it. That's pretty much my short Jethro Tull cassette.
Awesome. You got some very nice surprises. And
I
now
mean, there's some stuff I wanted to, again, it's hard. I like the song Hunt by Numbers
uh-huh.
from
Right.
1999. I like Roots to Branches. I wanted some of these songs to be in there, but hey, when you're dealing with the cutting room floor, some songs just have to go.
I might have a few surprises for you too. So
I
we've
expect I expect something different, just as
yeah,
you provided something different for the
right.
epics.
So I've done a bunch of Jethro Tull songs, and I did one with my friend Pete Pardo where we talked
Yeah.
about a dream set list. So then I
Yep.
did my own dream set list here on All or
Yep.
Nada. And I wanted to come up with some new songs that I had never pulled before. So
Mhm.
some that I reused, but some that have never surfaced before. So the first song is a definitely resurfaced, and you mentioned it. It opens my set to Cry You a Song. Uh,
Yeah. It's
Great song where supposedly Martin lent Ian one of his electric guitars, and they both played electric guitar on that song.
there was the Benefit album. There was a lot of that
Yeah,
where Ian played more. He probably played more
electric,
rhythm guitar than he ever played on any other album.
right. Well, I think they were experimenting because hard rock was coming into its own at that
Yep.
period of time. But second song is a song that I've never ever mentioned. It's off. I love the album War Child, and I always go to that album
Hmm.
for at least a couple songs. But this song I've never chosen before. The title track, War Child. I
Okay.
love that big opening uh soprano sax that Ian's playing. That
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
yeah. great tune. From there, we go to
Agreed.
an album that I mentioned in our first episode, Stormwatch for the song Orion.
Oh,
Another
nice.
another great song. So next song you mentioned off of Songs from the Wood, Hunting Girl, song that I
Mhm.
love. I great electric guitar by Mr. Bear, Martin
Yep.
Bear. Uh, so here's a new one that out of left field. So they recently released an album called Curious Ruminant. So I wanted to take a song off of that album. So I went with
Okay.
Puppet and the Puppet Master.
Oh, that's a good song. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
thought it was the best, so that's what I went with, and it fit minute wise. So
Hmm.
next song, you mentioned the album Broadsword and the Beast,
Yeah.
so I went with the song Broadsword. Great too.
Mm.
Yep,
I just remixed that. My version of it. Um,
awesome.
yeah, there's a few things coming out next year. Broadsword's one of them. I'm just bringing everything out of it, making it more of a more live feel, so to speak. A couple things that we'll see probably in say February, March. Some of the some of my favorite associated tracks that were never actually album tracks. Rainbow Blues and Glory Row.
Right,
Um, so that's some things coming down the pike. But yeah,
awesome.
broadsword. It's a hell of a tune.
Okay, well, I have a couple other really good ones coming up. So this one comes to you off of Living in the Past, and they
Okay.
did open with this song during 1977. Yes, yes, that one. I believe they opened with this track when they had that simulcast at Madison Square Garden. I'm talking
Okay.
Sweet Dream.
Nice.
Yeah, love that song. Another one that they have not played since they played it back on the tour of Stand Up. I believe they played this somewhere in Scandinavia. Back to the Family. Another
Oh yeah,
great.
that's a really rare one.
Yep. Next one is another rarity. I don't know how this song did not make the cut for the album Heavy Horses. So back then, typically a band would do 9 or 10 songs and it would, 35, 40 minutes.
Yep. Yep.
But this song did not make the cut when I think it should have. I'm talking Living in These Hard Times. What a
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Next is my only song that I took off of Aqualung, Hymn
mhm.
43.
Oh yeah.
Short song, but very hard
That's
rock.
solid. Yep.
Uh,
Hmm.
Back to Songs from the Wood, for you didn't take this one, Velvet Green. I
Oh yeah.
absolutely
That's
love Velvet Green.
yep.
That's a song that really has grown on me over the years.
Yeah, they only did that live during that tour, and that was it.
Right. Yeah. But such a beautiful song.
Hmm.
Um, Next, we go back to what is it? Heavy Horses for One Brown Mouse. What a great
Okay.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that song.
His,
Brings a tear to
his
my eye.
his guitar pieces are just amazing. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got that uh you know, Tull is so many things, progressive rock, folk rock, but Ian's got that singer songwriter in him. Those
Oh, without a
those
doubt.
those
Yeah.
little tunes like Dunregel and
Yep.
those they're just wonder Jack and the Green. They're just wonderful
Yeah.
tunes.
Oh, without it, no question. Hence the album on the lighter side where he did that acoustic concert, which I do
Right.
own that.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful set. Next one, not semi heavy, but for this song, we go to the album Roots to Branches for the
Mm.
song Dangerous Veils.
Oh, that's powerful. Yeah.
Yes, beautiful flute in the beginning.
Yep.
So
It- it-
next we go to we do go to Passion Play, but The song is only about 4 minutes long. I
Mhm.
take the Overseer Overture because I absolutely love that. I
Okay.
love it ever since I bought MU Best of Jethro Tull and it was on there. Edition 8, you had said, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Dun,
Yep. Um,
dun.
okay, so this next one, very con very confused on where it actually resided. So if you had bought the I think it was the British version of the album Benefit, it was on that album. But over in America, if you wanted this particular song, you have to get it off the album that you showed us, Living in the Past. I'm
Yeah, it
talking,
was go ahead. Yeah.
you know which song I'm talking about?
Alive and Well and Living In.
That's the one. You got to give that
That's a
man a
good
cigar. Yep.
that's a good
What
song. That really is.
another great short song. But I
Yeah, it
tried
was
to
strange how the UK and the US versions were different.
right. I guess they're trying to, appeal to the audience is different
Mm.
because
Yes,
they thought
yes.
that their listening was different and that
Hmm.
different things would appeal to them. But I'm just so grateful that they eventually gave us everything in that catalog,
Yeah,
whether on one
yeah.
album or another. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was the early days of Chrysalis too, and you had
right.
Terry Ellis, and they're all trying to figure it out from a marketing perspective.
I think Alive and Well and Living In got flip flopped with Teacher. Of course, that didn't make
Yeah,
both
I think
editions.
yeah, I think you're right.
Right.
But
Okay, so next
that song
song,
really strikes a nerve.
next two songs, there is no denying these. You mentioned it. Your song number three, Nothing is Easy. I
Mm.
had to have it. That is
Yep.
one of my ultimate favorites of Jethro Tull. This other one, which I could not put on my dream set list because of the fact that I never went into the 80s. I always picked uh,
Okay.
the era of the 70s. But for this, I was able to take Farm on the Freeway,
Yeah.
a
I mean
song
that's
yeah,
as time goes on, I mean it's harder to have a classic song.
right,
Um, but certainly from that album, or you could really say Steel Monkey and Farm of the Freeway are classics from that album.
right,
But as time goes on and the material gets, that catalog just grows, there's certainly some albums that have come out that I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure there's a classic on that one.
right.
Um, like A was very different, but you could probably say that a classic from that would be Black Sunday.
Yes, but you chose.
Um, yeah. Um, but well,
Okay.
that's so is that it or is there more?
Nope, I got three more.
Oh,
So
awesome.
off of going back to War Child, this one I fell in love with the song. It was an extra on MU, the best of Jethro Tull. Of course, I'm talking Rainbow Blues.
Oh
That
yeah. Oh
that
yeah.
opening lick by Martin,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Uh, you also chose this one off of Thick as a Brick. Really don't mind. See there, a
Hmm.
man is born. So
Yep.
I took that, not knowing at that time that I was going to decide to do a second 90-minute tape of the epics, Toll epics.
Okay. Right.
So, and then I'm going to leave you with one more, the title track, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's the one album in the '70s that doesn't really get the love, but I really appreciate it.
right.
I probably appreciate it more over time. It's one of those things where we all know the long saga of how obviously Ian lost his voice and all that
Right.
over time.
But there
Uh,
are a couple of good songs. There's Quiz Kid, Salamander.
oh yeah, yeah, I like
Yeah.
Taxi Grab and
Yep.
um, but I mean the purity of the voice is there. It's that old voice, and I mean, and there's associated tracks with that too, like Commercial Traveler, which is very different. I even think Small Cigar was spawned from that.
Right.
Um, again, so a lot of, probably if not the hardest, certainly one of the hardest working bands in rock and roll history. I mean, to
Yeah.
have the vast catalog of associated tracks, and
And then to tour the way they did, yeah, every
yeah,
year
yeah. I
was
mean,
insane.
Ian had those boys hopping. I can tell you that. You
Not to
know,
mention for Passion Play, they basically recorded that album twice.
yes, re-recorded it, rewrote it, everything.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like War Child. There are so many associated tracks with War Child.
Right.
Easily
But
could have been a double album.
all I can say is thank God years later we got to enjoy all these extra tracks and such good ones like Rainbow Blues and Living in These
Yep.
Hard Times. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean
some of these other
the
ones.
one that's amazing and it's actually an epic. It was like an early, I guess you could say it was an early Dark Ages, Dark Ages with, but it's Old Aces Die Hard,
Right.
um, which is one of the associated tracks from Songs from the Wood. Man, that's like 9 minutes long, and you can definitely, I mean, Dark Ages is mentioned in lyrics, so obviously when that got scrapped, that led to the other Dark Ages that was done with Stormwatch. But I mean, they just he's just always writing, always thinking,
Yeah.
and I mean, they obviously spent a lot of extra time in the studio to be able to come up with that catalog.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more. I couldn't appreciate it more.
Yeah. Gave us such an amazing body of music. And yeah.
Oh, I mean, you look at Zeppelin. What do they do as far as like extra track? They came out with Coda, which is
Yeah.
basically after the band broke, after Bonham
Yeah.
died, that kind of thing. But I mean, okay, well that was. I mean, Tull had one of those for almost every album, which is
Right.
incredible.
Well, also there was Led Zeppelin had a lot of tragedy. There was the car
Sure, they did.
accident,
Yep.
and then Robert Plant losing his son. So yeah,
Yeah.
those were
Yeah.
things that they
Yeah.
just could not overcome.
Absolutely. Yeah. Plant. I had tickets in hand for that one. There were tickets. There were 8 of us that were going to that show at 77.
Oh wow.
Done. Not going. Um, and the car accident, they ended up making one of my favorite albums, Presence.
Presence, yeah, yeah,
I mean, there's a certain feel on that. I mean, it has a little bit of physical graffiti
right.
in it, but for me, that album just stands alone.
Well, it was heavier, which was
Yes, yes.
some
Which
people preferred. Yeah,
yeah, I definitely favored that version of Led Zeppelin compared to like Houses of the Holy, the album, because in some places it seemed like the voice was just sped up. It sounded a little like Song Remains the Same. You listen to the live Song Remains the Same, and it's fine. But you listen to the studio, and it's like they're just playing a little too many games there with the vocals. But
yeah, yep.
but we're supposed to be talking about Jethro Tull.
Yeah, no, well, you know what? I'm even as we talk, my wheels are turning for future episodes that maybe I can discuss this with you off
Yeah,
camera afterwards. But
absolutely.
an idea just popped into my head, and it's not Jethro Tull related. But what we're going to do is we're going to end on a high note. This
Alrighty.
was another great discussion of Jethro Tull. And I want to thank Mr. Pete Pardo for surprising me in the mail one day with this great Aqualung shirt. So,
Looks great. I have one. I think maybe the character might be a little smaller on it, but that's awesome.
oh yeah, no, this runs right down to my belly. Yeah, there you go. But I want to thank Steve for being on my show. This is always an awesome discussion, very articulate, very wonderful. Hopefully, Jethro Tull fans near and wide will all see this and learn something from it and say, "Yeah, I would have chose that song." Things of
Yeah,
that
it's
nature.
I could talk all day about this band, but I won't.
Right. But okay, well, until next time, until the next brainstorm that we have to reason to talk about Jethro Tull or any other band. But anyway, have a good one, Steve. Thank you again
Thanks
for
for the
being on
invite,
my
as
show.
always. Thank you.
Okay. And we will speak soon. And to all my faithful All or Nada viewers, thank you. Keep watching, keep plugging along, and we love you. Jack Toledano, over and out.